Hey everyone, today's video is about when you attempt to end your life. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. And let's get going. Also, trigger warning, this story very much deals with depression and stuff like that. If you ever want to talk to me, I'm always here. Anyways, let's get going. The world feels like it's closing in on you. The weight of everything, expectations, failures, disappointments, presses against your chest like an unrelenting force. It's suffocating, no matter how much you fight, how much you push forward. It never seems to be enough, and you're exhausted. The apartment was quiet, unnaturally so. Normally, there would be the sound of Katsuki complaining about something, or Kirishima laughing as he tried to cheer him up. But they weren't here right now. They're at work, which means, for once, you're alone. He sat on the edge of the bed, fingers trembling slightly as you clutch a small bottle in your hands. The cap was loose. Your mind feels numb, detached, like you're floating outside of yourself, watching someone else go through these motions. Wouldn't it be easier to just disappear and leave this life? They'd be fine. They'd move on. They would forget. At least that's what you tell yourself. But then, the front door slams open. You flinch, your grip tightening around the bottle as heavy, hurried footsteps echo through the apartment. Babe? Kirishima's voice. Panicked, breathless. Bakugo was right behind him. Oi, where the heck are you? You squeeze your eyes shut, heart hammering in your chest. You don't want to face them like this. You don't want them to see you like this. The bedroom door is thrown open with force, banging against the wall. In an instant, Kirishima was kneeling in front of you, his warm hands gripping your shoulders. His crimson eyes, usually so full of warmth, were widened with fear. Hey, talk to me. He breathes, scanning your face, searching for any sign that you're okay. But you're not, and he knows it. Bakugo was standing behind him, fists clenched at his sides, his jaw tight. But it's his eyes that gets you, the raw, unfiltered terror in his usually sharp and confident gaze. Kirishima follows the line of your gaze and sees the bottle in your hand. His face fails. Babe. His voice cracks, and you feel his grip tighten slightly. No, don't tell me you were thinking. Bakugo moves before you can react, snatching the bottle from your hands and hurling it across the room. It crashes against the wall, pills scattering across the room. The heck were you thinking? He shouts, voice rough, strained. You think we'd be fine if you... He stops himself, sucking in a sharp breath, his hands shaking. He couldn't look at them. I don't know what else to do. The words slip out, barely more than a whisper. You clutch at your sleeves, fingers digging into the fabric. I don't want to be a burden anymore. Burden. Why on? Bakugo's voice rises again, but there's something desperate in it now. Something breaking. He kneels in front of you, gripping your chin and forcing you to meet his gaze. Do you think we're better off without you? That's bullshit. Kirishima's hands move to your own, holding them tightly. You don't have to do this alone, he says, voice thick with emotion. You have us, and we love you so much. Tears prick at your eyes, but you fight them. You don't want to cry. You don't deserve to cry. Bakugo's grip softens, his thumb brushing against your cheek. Damn it, he murmurs, voice hoarse. You scared the shit out of us. Kirishima nodded, shifting closer, until he's wrapping his arms around you, pulling you against his chest. His warmth wasn't overwhelming, grounding. We're here, okay? He murmurs into your hair. We're right here. We're not letting you go. Bakugo exhales, shakily, before wrapping his arms around both of you, his grip firm and unyielding. Yes, he mutters. Not ever. And for the first time in a long time, you finally don't feel alone with them. Not when they hold you like this. Not when they're love. wrapped around you like a lifeline. The silence stretches between the three of you, heavy but not suffocating. It's different now. Instead of loneliness, it feels like warmth, like safety. Hiroshima's arms stay wrapped tightly around you, his strong grip anchoring you in place. Bakugo, normally rough and brash, holds you just as fiercely, his forehead pressed against the side of your head, breathing shakily. No one speaks for a while. They don't rush you, don't force you to explain, don't demand answers you're not ready to give. They just hold you. And maybe that's what you needed more than anything. After a long time, Hiroshima leans back slightly, cupping your face with callous hands. His thumbs brush gently against your cheeks, wiping away tears that you didn't even realize had fallen. His expression was heartbreakingly soft. "Babe," he whispers, voice careful, like he's afraid you'll slip away if he's loud. "You don't have to pretend with us, okay? If you're hurting, if things get bad, you tell us." His voice cracked slightly at the end, and the pain in his eyes was unbearable. "We can't lose you." Baku hops beside you, the usual sharpness in his voice softened by the unsteady tremble beneath it. "Yeah, Demas. Do you think we're better off without you? That we wouldn't give a shit?" He shakes his head, his jaw clenching. "You don't get to decide that. We love you. And if you think we're just going to move on without you, then you're a freaking idiot." It should be harsh. It should sting. But it doesn't. Because that's Bakugo. And despite his harsh words, there's desperation in his tone, an unfiltered fear that he can't hide. Kirishima tightens his hold around you again, pressing his lips against your temple. "Please," he murmurs, his voice muffled against your skin. "Stay with us." Your throat tightens, and something inside you cracks, completely, wholly, in a way that forces you to let go of the weight that you've been carrying for so long. I don't know how to stop feeling like this," you admit, your voice barely above a whisper. "I don't know how to make it go away." Baku exhales sharply. "You don't have to do it alone," he mutters. "That's what we're here for." Kirishima nods, his grip firm. "We'll figure it out together. Whatever it takes, however long it takes, we'll be here." "But..." "No buts. You're stuck with us," Baku replies, or more like snaps, but there's no anger in his tone, just certainty. "Deal with that, Mayan." Something in your chest eases then. It's not fixed. The pain doesn't magically just go. But for the first time in a long time, it doesn't feel quite so overwhelming. Because you're not alone. And maybe, just maybe, that's enough reason for you to hold on. Thank you guys for listening. Hope you liked this video. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and goodbye.